In this video, we are going to go through the different types of security and access for the PTP application, as well as two different ways to log in and access the PTP application. The Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction, DPI, uses the WISE Wisconsin Information System for Education suite as a secure web-based data collection and reporting system, which also houses the PTP application. It connects local education agencies and school districts to the state data via WISE Home and WISE Secure. WISE Home allows authorized users to access DPI secure web applications and tools from one location. WISE Home is your WISE application menu. DPI controls WISE Home. To log into WISE Home and access the PTP application, you first need one of the following: a Google account associated with a work email address, or a MyWisconsin ID. MyWisconsin ID is a platform that securely connects state employees, partners, and customers to the applications and tools that they need in a single sign-on format. You may already have a MyWisconsin ID associated with your personal email address due to interactions with other state agencies or your benefits account. However, to access DPI applications, you need a separate MyWisconsin ID with your work email address. If you previously had a WAMS account with your current work email through your school district, use that same email address to retain the same user role and access. To sign up, you go to MyWisconsin ID and follow their step-by-step prompts to create an account. MyWisconsin ID does require a multi-factor authorization, so make sure to set up your preferred method of choice when creating an account. DPI does not manage MyWisconsin ID. This means submitting a help desk ticket with DPI will not resolve your issues if the problem is with your MyWisconsin ID account. MyWisconsin ID has their own support service desk that you can call or email for help. This information is on the MyWisconsin ID page. MyWisconsin ID homepage does have a frequently asked questions section to help answer the most common questions as well. Employees of organizations with enterprise Google accounts can sign into WISE Home with Google. This includes people who work for an employer that has a set up Google accounts for their employees, such as yourname@schoolname.org. This excludes accounts shareable between employees. This also excludes personal Google accounts such as yourname@gmail.com. Once you log in, you will see the applications you have access to. The steps to request access to the PTP are as follows. Log into WISE Home using MyWisconsin ID or Google. Once logged in, go to the Request Access tab at the top of the screen. On the Customer Request Access form, fill out the required fields and select the PTP application as the application you are requesting access to. Then click the blue Request Access button. You will receive an email when your request has been approved or denied. A few access tips include updating your MyWisconsin ID with your current district email address, saving password and login information somewhere securely. Computer reimaging and moving districts can result in the loss of passwords, and if the email that is associated with MyWisconsin ID can no longer be accessed, password recovery will not work. Do not create a second MyWisconsin ID to access the PTP application. This usually results in a person being blocked from the PTP application, and then a DPI staff will need to be involved to resolve this issue. Usually, a district administrator is assigned to the role of District Security Administrator, or DSA. That person needs to grant the special education director the role of PTP Application Administrator. Contact your district administrator or IT specialist for assistance in determining who has the role of DSA in the district. Special education directors are usually assigned as the PTP Application Administrator in the district and Director Designee. The PTP Application Administrator then assigns teachers and other staff to different security roles within the PTP application. In the PTP application, there are 3 different types of PTP user roles. A teacher assigned to the district user role will have the ability to create PTPs and lock PTPs once finished. A district super user has the ability to create PTPs, lock and unlock PTPs, and also can submit the PTPs to DPI. A director designee role has the ability to create PTPs, lock and unlock PTPs, delete PTPs, submit PTPs to DPI, and move PTPs between schools in the district and make a WISE-ID match. If you have any questions about the access to the PTP application, please contact your TIG Technical Assistance Specialist.